All right, what's up, everyone? So, in today's webinar, I want to talk about scalping. So, I'm going to show you a pretty simple scalping technique that you can use, but I also want to talk a little bit about how to build your own trading system. So, I want to give you this scalping system as a base layer, right? So, I want you guys to take this system that I'm giving you, or this setup, or ideas, or whatever, and then try to um, use it as a foundation and a base for building your own system. And I'm going to talk about that process, right? So first, I want to show you the very basics of the system. It's very simple. You guys, if you've been in the Birb business for a while, you guys know this. You've seen this before. It's very simple, right? I'm going to show you on the 4 hour on cake. Obviously, when talking scalping, you're not going to look at the 4 hour, but I also want to show you that this scalping system is also quite nice swing trading or day trading system as well. It's just a matter of zooming in or zooming out if you want to be a scalper or a swing trader or whatever, right? It works pretty good on most time frames. I find that it works best on as a swing trader, as on a daily and the 4 hour, and as a low time frame scalper on the 1 hour and the 15 minute, right? So you switch between the 1 hour and the 15 minute to find confidence, and as a swing trader, you switch between the daily and the 4 hour, right? You're going to use three exponential moving averages. I am using the 20, the 50, and the 100, right? Another very important thing that you are going to use is a backtesting template. And you will have this is my backtesting template right here. And I will show you that in this tab right here. So this is the backtesting template. You can see some results on the here on when I'm backtesting the new Birb Pro indicator. I'm doing some backtest pretty nice here. I got almost 70%. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But this is the backtesting template. You can find that in the Discord server, in the exclusive resources channel. You can find this. And this is a very important part about actually developing your own system, because you have to backtest a lot and then forward test. We're going to go into detail on that after actually showing the setup. But this is a very important part about building your own system, backtesting. So let's cake on the 4 hour. And you can see here I'm on the 4 hour, and obviously I've already said that a million times. I have an indicator here which will give me the 20, the 50, and the 100 EMA all in one indicator. This one is called, I think, Crowns 10 EMA combo, whatever. You can just add 3 EMAs, doesn't really matter. So the yellow is 20, the green is the 50, and the blue is the 100. And the idea of the whole system is that you're looking for a trend, right? You're looking for higher highs and higher lows. You're looking for price to make higher highs and higher lows, or obviously the reversed in a downtrend. But we're looking at cake here, and this is all coins, so we're looking at it trading this to the upside. So you want higher highs and higher lows. You want the 20 to be above the 50. You want the 50 to be above the 100. You want them all to be nicely and evenly fanned out. Let me know if I'm still here and you can still hear me, because I'm seeing some connectivity issues here. Anyway, so you want price to be in an uptrend, and it's obviously in an uptrend right here. You can see how the 50 is crossing above the 100 here as well. You want the 20, the 50, and the 100 evenly, nicely fanned out. It doesn't have to be evenly, but they need to be kind of nicely fanned out here. And this is what we're getting right here. So we got this start of an uptrend right here. We can add a resistance zone right here, and we'll say that whenever we have a move like this, we're looking to go long, and preferably if that retest is a retest of the 20 or the 50 EMA on the 4 hour here. So we have that up move, right? And we're now going to look for a test of the 20 EMA, which we're getting right here. So we are now seeing this, and we're like, well, this is now an area of interest, and I'm interested in going long on cake here because it's in a 4-hour uptrend, and it's hitting the 20 EMA right here. So what we want to do now is, and it's going to be exactly the same on the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the 1 hour, whatever, right? What we're going to look for right now is some type of confirmation of a bounce right here. And this is the raw price action style of trading this, right? We're just having the 3 EMAs, and we're using a candlestick formation to confirm our entry. And that would be a bullish engulfing or a bullish pin bar or something like that. It doesn't have to be a picture perfect pin bar, but it needs to be either a bullish engulfing or a candle which has a long wick and a bullish body, right? So a lot of buying pressure to kind of push the price up, which creates a long wick to the downside. So let's look at the next candle right here. Obviously, this is what we're looking at right here. This is what we're looking for, right? So we now have a break above this area right here. So we're going to break above that area right here, breakout, and then we're having a retrace. Obviously not down to the breakout area, but that is not what we're looking at when using this setup. We're looking at only for price to retrace back down to the 20 EMA, right? And we now have a nice bullish candle right here. So I haven't really prepared this well, so I don't know if this is going to be a winner or not, but let's try this, right? And I'm gonna look at adding other indicators and other stuff to the setup to see if we can find any better confluence, and that is how we're gonna develop the system, right? So let's say we want to go long here with a 6% stop loss, kind of makes sense, right? And let's just say a 3R, right? So we're gonna let this run to a 3R, and yeah, it's probably gonna hit target sometime soon. Yeah, right there. So it kind of hits target here, and you can see during this trade right here, you will see that we had multiple trades within this trade based on exactly the same principle here, right? Where you went long here because you thought you had a round the bottom right here. Obviously, that didn't really happen right here, but then you had a 4-hour bullish engulfing right here. You had another test of the 50 EMA, 4-hour bullish engulfing right here. Obviously, that's a big candle. Here we have a 4-hour bullish pin bar on the break and retest of that level right here. So there's going to be a lot of trade opportunities on this system in this whole move to the upside. Now, what I want to do as well is to show you how you can kind of add different indicators to see if that indicator that you're adding is going to separate the winners and the losers. So if there's any confluence with a specific indicator when going long, if that ups the win rate, you want to stick with that, right? And this is only possible by backtesting, really. And that is why you have this backtesting template where you can, I will show you exactly how to use this. I can remove this. So you have a confluence indicator right here, right? So let's say that this trade right here is the trade we took is a 3R winner, right? So we put in here, result is a 3R winner. Now, what if I add the stochastics RSI down here? I believe that was the entry, right? We took the entry, I believe, here, I think. No, here, right? So we took the entry right here. And we look at stochastics right here, the stochastics RSI. The trigger would be to see a stochastics bull cross when entering, right? And we didn't get that, right? So we enter a 0 right here. Now, if we would get a stochastics bull cross below 30, that's one of my entry triggers, right? I would add a 1 right here, right? So let's say we have on next one, we have a 1R winner and a 1, right? Which means you will see right here, you will get a part of the backtesting template which says confluence, right? And as you can see here, the confluence, the win rate would be 1. It's one trade with a 1 right here, and on it goes, right? And by comparing this window with this window, you will compare all the trades that has no stochastics RSI confluence with the ones that has stochastics RSI confluence, and you can now look at the results and say every trade that I've taken based on the stochastics confluence is giving me a 75% win rate, while not using the stochastics is giving me a 40% win rate. Obviously, you know where the edge is, and you add stochastics RSI to that system. And then you look at another indicator that might potentially add some edge into that system, and you do the process over again. And you use that confluence window right here, and you add a 1 or 0 or whatever, and you compare these two to see if you have any interesting findings, right? And that could be using the MACD or the RSI, whatever. You might want to look at bullish divergences on the lower time frames when you're doing that entry. Also, something that I like doing is adding the reload zone or the fib tool. I'm using the fib tool to add specific and look for specific levels. And here, for example, I'm using the 50% and the 618 as my main point of interest. So if we're going along, let's say on this retrace, right? So we got the fib tool from this low to that high, right? And we want to go long on the retest of the 20 EMA only if there's a 4-hour stochastics bull cross below 30, right? And if it's hitting the 50% or the 618 fib. Or the whole RLC. So basically this whole area right here. Could be the 20 EMA or the 50 EMA as well. So the price is hitting the 20 EMA right here. This is where we entered. This is where we entered on the first trade. And I wouldn't have taken this trade because there's no stochastics RSI bull cross on the 4-hour below 30. So now let's see if we can wait for that, right? So we now have a stochastics bull cross right here. As you can see here, that is the stochastics bull cross below 30, and we have a 4-hour bullish engulfing as well. This is now our entry. This is now our entry. Stop loss below the 50 EMA in the 4-hour. And take profit would be up here. Average R for this trade would be around 2.4 or 2.2. And that would be the trade. And as you can see, that worked out quite nicely. So what I've done here is I've started with a very simple idea, right? Using 3 moving averages, the 20, the 50, and the 100. And by the way, you don't have to use the 20 or the 50 or the 100 or that combination. You can also backtest this to try different methods and try different techniques and different numbers on the EMAs to see what works better. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take an enormous amount of time to develop a good, profitable system. That's why you see people, maybe, selling profitable system for quite a lot of money because it's a huge amount of time and effort spent to develop that system, right? So it's not like you have an idea and you test it and it's like, oh, well, this is super profitable. It's extremely time consuming, right? So when you want to develop your own system, don't think for a second it's not going to be as demanding, So if you have any ideas, just try to add them to the base system, which is having 3 moving averages, an uptrend, and then a retrace back down to the 20 or the 50, whatever moving average you're using.